Hi everyone and welcome to the next match of the Ryze Up Tournament in the Ryze Up Bracket 2012. This is the match before the semifinals, so whoever wins this best of three is going to the semifinals. For those of you who have been following us, you know these teams well because we have shoutcasted for both of them. We have tonight, we have Any Which Way versus We Give the Best Leashes. On Any Which Way, we have Harsh Logic, Winnie, Asper, Demonio Gomez, and I Snapple You.
And then on We Give the Best Leashes side, we have Yo Nephew, Mick Misplay, Stop Taking My Name, Yo Niece, and Andrew himself.
We aren't going to be seeing Yo Mother, which we did see last time, and it looks like Mick Misplay will be taking the reins this match. I believe Yo Mother was their...
They top lane Graves.
Yes.
With that previous match. And Mick Misplay, I believe, is a standardized support player, so we will have to see if that is what they're going to go with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, Any Which Way, last week was the team that sent us an interesting story, and we got to read it at the end. This week, they have sent us a video that they say is their theme song, which we have watched and is hilarious. The video is actually quite interesting and a little weird, but they're going to play it at the end of the match so everyone else can check it out in the stream.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, we won't be able to add that to the YouTube part, so...
You know, like user licenses, agreements, and all that stuff. You know.
So before we end the recording for the YouTube, we will at least make sure to say what the name of the video is. So if you are watching this on YouTube, you can check that video out during that
Absolutely.
time.
Now, what we know about the teams is that We Give the Best Leashes gives really good leashes.
Yeah, and they both of these teams had really good play in their previous matches, so I have to see how well they mesh against each other. They're both bracket finalists from the previous brackets, and they're getting pretty close to the semifinals, so I have to see how well this goes.
I remember them being pretty dynamic as well. So, now that we have that information for you guys, we're going to put up the go, go, go. Hopefully we won't have any issues, and we'll be able to start the match immediately, so we won't have to bring you guys in right at the picks and bans. So here we go. Picks and bans are starting. First pick and ban goes to Any Which Way.
See what Harsh Logic goes for. They do have information from our previous videos, so we could see some targeted bans right from game one. I won't be surprised if we go with the pretty standardized bans from low elo play, but we'll have to see what they go with.
First ban is going to be Rammus, a really standard ban.
Yeah, in most elo play, even on mid elo play, you really don't ever get to play Rammus. I think in high elo play they may not ban Rammus as much, maybe just in solo queue though.
And we're going to see a Trundle ban for We Give the Best Leashes.
Now, I don't remember any of these players playing Trundle in any of our previous videos, but Trundle's not normally banned, so I'm going to guess it's a pretty targeted ban. So they did some research, made sure they knew what their team was going for. Oh, we have a Jarvan. That is definitely a targeted ban.
Yep.
That Jarvan Leona play from We Give the Best Leashes was really great in that match.
Absolutely. That was really excellent play. We are going to see a Kassadin ban, which is another really standard ban for any sort of picks and bans.
Hyper AP mid, very strong skills, insanely well in the late game.
And
same
another
with Morgana.
Yep, Morgana. Pretty standard. So we do see two really targeted bans, and the rest are standard. Let's see what We Give the Best Leashes chooses as their final ban, and who they're going to leave open.
Now, unfortunately, a lot of these targeted bans leave open some pretty nasty champions.
No, they're going to ban Ashe, which has to be a target.
Yeah,
ban.
I'd have to say targeted. You know, Ashe can be really annoying. She's a really strong AD, but there's a lot of other ADs that could possibly...
And we're finally, after all this time, going to see a Shen chosen by Any Which Way.
And that was an insta-lock, too, so... Jungle Shen, I have seen Jungle Shen. I've seen top Shen, too, and I've also seen support bottom Shen, so I've seen it all.
We don't even know if it's going to be a Jungle Shen. That could be switched out at any moment. He might have just been locking in that character just to make sure he has it. And it looks like we're going to see a Vayne and a Taric.
Vayne, really strong bottom. Taric, probably the best synergized support for that bottom. Unfortunately, Taric has gone Flash Ignite, so we may see a switch. Oh, I also got a Surge and an Exhaust, so maybe they're just messing around, changing up their summoners until right before they switch up, because I don't think I've ever seen a Surge on any character.
Again, We Give the Best Leashes does have some really dynamic play, so I'm not going to put it past anyone to...
yeah, they do some... Okay, there we go. We got to switch on that.
Yeah, that looks like a flash and a heal and a flash and ignite.
So flash heal, not too surprising.
So far, we do have a Tristana locked in for Any Which Way.
Yeah, Tristana and an Alistair, that'd be a really mean team. Tristana doing a lot of damage, and she can be pretty bursty, and she also has the attack speed increase on one of her abilities, so that way she can have some good sustainability at the end of her burst. And Alistair just locking people up, and they got double heal plus Alistair heal, so that means if they ever get into a fight and they think that they're low, all of a sudden, bam, almost full health.
Now, the Summoner Spell Heal does have a cooldown, so you can't just spam them all at once to get super heals. That Alistair has been officially locked in, though.
Well, you can, but you get a reduced effect from the second heal.
And it looks like we might have a Skarner and Udyr.
Well,
maybe they're watching our stream.
Well, it's a 4-minute delay, so...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, last match.
Yeah, maybe they saw his glistening armor and
glistening armor of Udyr. Top lane Udyr was so broken.
Alright, it looks like... And that's what we're going to see. They might switch it up at the last moment. Neither one of them has locked in yet, but those are really good choices. Skarner being a really good jungle, and
yeah,
he's
a solid jungle.
Just tank supreme.
I'd have to say, like, Skarner versus Shen, too. I think Skarner wins that jungle a little bit. Like, Shen's a much better tank, but Skarner is a much better counter jungle.
Yeah, plus he can drag people away like that.
But, at the same time, Shen does not require blue as much.
That's true.
He just gets cooldown for the beginning part, so he can give his blues up to middle a lot more than Skarner can.
Yeah, Skarner is very blue dependent, and those two are locked in.
And then we got Demonio Gomez going with his Warwick. I believe he did do that for the last match he did. He played a very well top lane Warwick, so we'll have to see how well he does against that Udyr. We saw Lee Sin. Lee Sin couldn't pull it off. Let's see if Warwick can sustain long enough to not die to Udyr. Yeah,
plus that suppression is going to set up some really good ganks for Shen to come in.
Exactly.
And we do have an instant lock for Ahri from iSnapple
Ahri's a pretty standard mid. She's good against everyone. So no matter what you pick, like, you just have to deal with the fact that she's going to have charm. She has a lot of front-loaded damage, and she only has one skill shot. So
yeah, that charm has really nice range. Really can drag some people in there. So that's a really good control.
So yeah, no matter like what you pick, like there's some picks that do well against her. Like a LeBlanc pick is a pretty good counter pick. But normally, if a LeBlanc plays how, not like, we're not going to count the last game. Normally, LeBlanc's CS is lower than the other CS in the middle. And Ahri CS is really high. So if Ahri doesn't get out of position, then LeBlanc does bad. If LeBlanc gets a lot of free kills and then can, farm to the best of her ability.
It does look like we're going to see a Cassiopeia. There are 10 seconds left. That could be switched up, but that's
I don't
a really
think it
good
would
choice.
be, right. Cassiopeia is a strong middle against everyone. And against Nari with a lot of range and movement, Cassiopeia's abilities being targeted based off of a target area is a really good counter pick.
Yeah, everyone has been locked in. We do have equal teleports and, I believe, equal heals.
But no one has dropped out of the match yet, so that means that when we finally load, our screen is going to mess up because this is the smoothest match ever.
So you're watching on YouTube and the stream know that we often have technical issues where the screen will go in the corner for no apparent reason. We thought we figured it out, but it turned out to be a lie. And looks like we have a new friend request, which I'm going to add.
Demonio Gomez.
Demonio's
okay, so
on time this time, which is awesome.
Summoner spell-wise, jungles, we have a Ghost and
a Flash.
A Ghost versus a Flash. Flash on Skarner, really good. Helps him land his ultimate a lot of times, or could help him pull back a lot farther with his ultimate. Shen, since he has a dash and he can dash like through walls and stuff, he doesn't need it for the escape mechanic. And he also, his ultimate can put him in pretty good position on the map. So I think Ghost is pretty good. That'll help him chase people down to get his taunt off. On the top lane, we have a teleport and a Flash versus a teleport and a Ghost. So that means Warwick, he can flash ulti a little bit better. But Udyr, with his bear stance and Ghost, he'll be really safe. Like, I think Flash is still pretty good because he can't flash stun anyone, but he can still Ghost stun, and Ghost bear stance is really fast. And since we got 2 teleports, that also means we have a lot of potential for 5-man dragons. Mid lane, again, I think we have just flash, ignite, not too unusual there. And then that bottom lane, yeah, it looks like that Tristana went with an ignite, which I'm a little surprised about because she already has an ability that suppresses healing capabilities. So that's kind of like just double. Like, no matter what, if you're going to try to heal through it, you're not going to, because she'll suppress you twice. Vayne has pretty good control. Tarek's going to have pretty good control. He picked up an exhaust, which is pretty standard now since the heal is going on the AD carry because they want to get the most heal out of that. So not only can he stun you, but then if you happen to get away from it, he can exhaust you and slow you so Vayne can finish it up. While Alistar went with the heal. So that means Tristana's not going to get as much of a heal, but Alistar has a personal heal himself that he can use on both of them. So that should about equal out. So good control on both sides. I think the sustainability is a little more on the Vayne Tarek side, but we'll have to see how well the positioning is on the Alistar.
And that ignite can do some pretty good damage as well.
Yeah. On the end game though, everyone's all like single target kill you now. There's not a whole ton of AoE. Like, I'd have to say, like, Vayne's a great initiator, Tarek's a great initiator, Skarner's a great initiator. As we saw, Udyr is an insane initiator. And Cassiopeia has an AoE ult. So they do have a lot of lockdowns and a lot of control. But on the other side, Shen can initiate on almost an entire team just by himself. And Alistar himself has a lot of initiate and control. Warwick has an initiate, and Tristana can jump right in front of people and just start blowing them up, and using her ultimate to knock someone out of the way. Yeah, she can do a lot of
damage, too.
And Ahri with a charm. So there's just, it's going to be whoever lands their abilities first, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. It will be a very interesting match. Hopefully it'll be fairly even, and we can really get into it here.
Yeah, I'd have to say, like, the biggest danger is the Cassiopeia ultimate, because that can hit all 5 of them. It does a lot of damage, and it can either freeze or slow you based off of your positioning when it hits you. So that's probably the most dangerous. The rest of them, it all kind of evens up based off of the other champions. So
yeah,
a lot of really
I've seen a lot of really good Cassiopeia ults and a lot of really bad ults.
Like just total whiffs, not even hitting anyone.
Alright, so the final 10 seconds of our delay until we get to the load screen are up, so we should be getting started really soon.
Good load screen. Second one, yeah, maybe.
Alright, crossing my fingers.
Let's see if we can see some good skins, too.
Yeah, maybe. Alright, we got the League of Legends. It's in the center. This is good. We got the screen. It's in the center. And we do have several sweet skins. I absolutely love that Warwick skin. That Tristana skin is hilarious. We do have that Ahri skin and the Unchained Alistar skins. Someone has a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And for We Give the Best Leashes, we have the Cassiopeia skin, which is the snake skin, not the aqua skin. The awesome-looking Tarek.
The only Tarek skin.
Yeah, the only Tarek skin that you want to have. And the Vayne skin, which just came out this Valentine's Day and has been very popular. I wonder why.
Yeah, right.
Alright, most everyone is loaded except for pretty much Ahri, who's at 11. We're at a pause here. This is not looking good.
Oh, she's starting to move.
Oh, okay. Alright, good. We're not going to come and...
So yeah, we don't have the supercomputers of last set of matches.
Oh my god, I've never seen a thing
Of course, even though they had supercomputers, they made up for it by bantering for 25 minutes and chat before they started the match, so...
We're ready. No, we're not. Yes, we are.
Right? We're trolling.
But fortunately for the people on YouTube, you guys don't have to sit through that, and you get to hop right into the match and even avoid our banter, which we don't like, but, you know, if you want to get right to the match, we understand. We do have Skarner finishing up his load time at 98% and going to be summoning very soon, and it's all up to Ahri, who's only at 50%, and is now shooting ahead now.
Yeah, once everyone else dropped off, all the bandwidth goes to her.
Yeah, it's up to 72% now. And pause yet again. Hopefully we're not going to have a disconnect and an issue and a remake, because that will make me a sad panda.
It would be blind pick, it'd be quick, but then we'd have to rush again for YouTube.
Yeah. So if you're seeing this on YouTube, then we're good. Yay! No technical issues. If you're not, then, well, crap. And we're in. No one's left.
And Ahri's moving.
Disconnects. Yeah, Ahri is moving. Cassiopeia hasn't moved yet. Yep, they're moving. Udyr had moved out. Vayne's moving. Everyone's moving. Yep. All right, we have a good luck. Have fun. No pings. I don't think anyone has a CV.
No fishy business from Udyr. He doesn't want to get a buff stolen. Maybe he wants to go steal a buff himself. Looks like he's starting red, though.
Yeah, he's coming in. Might be a positioning thing.
Oh, yeah, he's
trying
top.
to watch out.
I'm so used to an Udyr jungle. He's top. He's
Yep.
guarding red. That's not too much.
Looks like we have a standard guarding kind of setup for We Give the Best Leashes. As the same thing goes for Any Which Way. We're all spread out here, trying to watch to see if anyone's going to sneak in bottom. Try and sneak in the jungle. Oh, we do have a ward here, just so they can focus Tribush together and see if someone tries to run up here.
And Skarner's starting wolves.
Yep.
So that means if Warwick starts blue, he'll be a little behind Skarner. We'll have to see what path Skarner takes. He can either start wolves and then go blue and then go race, or start wolves, go blue, and then go for an invade on red, and try to get mid or bottom lane to help him with that.
Now, I wonder if they're going to try to give Ari that blue early.
Well, I don't think so. Warwick, he needs blue to start.
That's true.
His jungle is, it would be pretty slow without it, because that cooldown reduction is pretty important to him.
But he's also going top. It's going to be Shen that's the jungle.
Oh, yeah, Shen's jungle. That's so weird.
Yeah, it's a weird match. It's a very dynamic match from both
Well, it's also
teams.
strange because of where Shen is. Okay,
we are going to see Tristana and Alistair start with the dual golems.
Yeah, okay, so
it looks like Shen is coming up with Warwick to do blue. Looks like we are going to have a really good leash by Vayne and Tarek.
Stop taking my name, taking not much. Most of the damage is probably from wolves.
Yeah.
So.
Actually,
Shen got a pretty good leash, too.
Yeah. So, fairly good leashes. I would say that We Give the Best Leashes is still given the best leashes, though. He was able to do wolves and blue at the same time. Oh, yeah,
Shen did
wolves too. So.
Well, Shen's going to fall back a little bit because Skarner has an AoE as his Q, so his farm on jungle is just faster. You know, he takes out all the little extra minions that Shen has to focus each one of them down. So his jungle will be a little slower, but Shen's early game ganking from the 1 to 5 is stronger than Skarner's.
Looks like Alice is coming in. We do have wards for Any Which Way.
I think the other interesting thing about Shen being jungle is that his ultimates, a lot of the times you won't see it happening. So you can't call it out. So it'll just be like all of a sudden he just shows up. And that can be pretty dangerous. And it's a lot safer for him too, which he'll definitely enjoy, instead of sitting on top lane where they can call it out when they see Shen start to channel that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Looks like Udyr is playing as aggressive as the last Udyr.
That Warwick has started off with the Doran's Ring though, so he is trying to maintain some good sustain from his Q.
Yeah, it does look like that's exactly what he's doing. He is a little bit behind, but not by much as far as experience goes, but that usually evens out in a couple minutes, especially if they remain even.
Yeah, the first few levels, it's not super bad as long as he doesn't get pushed to the point where the tower is getting all the last hits. But if he gets some pretty good last hits, he'll be fine.
Yeah, he's picking up some of those last hits off the tower, so that's good. He's preventing that.
He's only missed like 3, so.
And Udyr is forced to go back, so. Well, not really forced to. I think he chose to go back. Ooh, nice slam by Alistair, doing lots of damage to Vayne, but she's going to get by that, what's it called? Skipping my mind. It is called a Ignite. That's what it is. Keeping her down there, even though Tarek did have that heal. Looks like Ari's pushing pretty well into Cassiopeia's area, trying to get those last hits. And Udyr's coming in. Udyr just picked up boots and a health potion. Warwick has yet to go back. And they do spot Skarner, who's now sneaking over into, well, not really making up his mind. They see him, they know he's there. Alistair and Tristana are coming in.
Yeah, okay, he figured out from their positioning.
Yeah, we do have pings, so Ari knows he's coming now. Ari's going to probably back off here, yep. And looks like Skyner's just not able to really do anything with ganks. And Shen's going to continue to farm his jungle.
And she's defending the counter jungle, too.
Yeah.
That was really nice.
Absolutely. We do have a couple pings here. And we do have a ward in the bush by We Give the Best Leashes. Pretty equal warding here. The only thing is that Any Which Way is missing a ward in this area, so Udyr has that pretty well warded to prevent any ganks. And it looks like Shen's coming in, but looks like Hespia faked a back. She doesn't know he's there, but looks like she was faking a back. Gonna stay in the lanes a little bit more.
Or just deciding against it.
Yeah, it could be either or. Can't really tell. I mean, with the last match, with the amount of strategy they had, they could be that in tune with what's going on, or they could just be getting lucky.
Looks like Warwick's at least doing better on that top compared to the Lee Sin from the last teams.
Yeah, he's pushing back. Warwick is a level ahead. Not Warwick. Udyr is a level ahead now.
And CS-wise, he is at 34. Udyr is at 33, so CS-wise, they're pretty even.
Yeah, we don't have a first kill yet. It does look like Any Which Way does have a very slight gold advantage. Could have been through their support choices or just getting a little bit ahead. It's not significant. It's only like 100 or 200 at any given time. So, really nothing to talk about, but it is there.
It's probably that Tristana. She's at 45 CS compared to Vayne, who's at 38. So Vayne's being pushed against the tower and not getting all those last hits off that tower as well as Tristana, who has...
Yeah, we do have the pink, so they do know Skarner is there. Looks like they're letting Vayne and Tarek push now. Skarner wasting more time, not able to get the gank.
Well, luckily, he's not sitting like a lot of other jungles are. He notices that a gank won't happen, and he just goes back immediately.
And then they, seeing him go back, push, and get a lot of damage on Tarek. Cassiopeia coming in, has blue, and it looks like Shen is setting up blue for Ari, who's backing off now. So both middles have been given their blue. This is going to put Skarner behind, because Skarner is really blue dependent.
You'll have to see what he decides to pick up.
But it might be a good strategic decision because they know Shen isn't really blue dependent.
Right, and no matter what, a blue Ari is really dangerous. And a blue Cassiopeia, she just doesn't have to worry as much. She can spam and play really defensively and build up a lot of CS and maybe break an advantage. Right now she's only at like a 3 CS advantage, but now that she has blue, she can use her Q to her heart's content.
So it looks like Udyr's glistening armor is slightly tarnished by Warwick's just relentless beating.
And the fact that he can sit the minions off of the tower and take the damage because his Q will just give him the health back.
Yeah.
So he's maintaining not having the
last hit. Udyr's going to have to go back yet again, and I think Warwick's going to start catching up on CS, if not surpassing at this point.
Yeah, we're
at
he doesn't have 42, so he is ahead.
Yeah, he hasn't been able to, or hasn't needed to go back yet, and it's just using that to his advantage.
So the only problem with this though is that means Udyr does have just flat out more items. So eventually Warwick's going to have to go back. Like his harass just won't be strong enough.
We are seeing a few wards for Any Which Way in the center here, and one in the bush for We Give the Best Leashes. Not a lot of warding again going on here. We do have a ward for Best Leashes in their own bush.
Well, the river wards for bottom, they just dropped out, but they were pretty good. Top lane's the only one that really hasn't warded, but they've been just kind of going back and forth. So I'd say it's still pretty good warding for both teams. They're just maybe not timing it perfectly, but depending on what they're killing and getting CS, maybe they just don't have the moment to ward.
No, that's true. Warwick able to zone that Udyr really well.
Yeah, Q goes a long way in making sure that you always have health.
Yeah, absolutely. We are still seeing a very even gold front. No kills, no towers. It looks like Any Which Way does have about a 300 lead on Best Leashes, but really, that's not much to talk about.
Shen's been sitting in jungle for a pretty long time without ganking. So that means that his presence is a little more mysterious for the other people. But he's farther in CS than Skarner is. Skarner has finished up 2 money items though, so I think that will even out. But currently Shen's a bit stronger.
We did just see another attempted gank by Skarner. Warwick was able to flash out of there, but Skarner's still hanging out in here, coming into this bush.
Yeah, they're duking it out too, so it's going to be really dangerous. Skarner
Yeah, he does have the ult. He's going to grab him. Ooh, but Warwick's able to do a lot of damage to that Udyr. Shen coming in brilliantly. They're able to take out Udyr, getting first blood to Shen, chasing off that Skarner. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. That was weird. I saw him turn blue to do it.
No, when he turns blue is when he...
right. Yeah, I don't know why. I thought he was preparing to do that.
Maybe he can't target him during his ultimate, but I thought he could. That would actually... It would suppress Warwick and stop the ultimate, so I'm surprised that didn't happen.
Yeah, maybe he can't do it. Maybe it messed up. And it looks like Cassiopeia's out of mana. And already doing a good job keeping her mana, able to sustain now. Not sustain, CS freely.
Yeah, Ahri's blue was gotten a little bit after Cass's, so...
Yeah, but she's going to go back anyway now that they...
Yeah, they're both pretty even on CS. Cass is a little ahead. She got that 20 lead from having that blue and just having more AoE abilities than Ahri. And she picked up a revolver, and Ahri also picked up a revolver. So we're looking at the exact same items for both mids. Even down to the potions, I think.
As far as CS goes, Tristana looks to be a little bit ahead of Vayne. 13 CS ahead.
Yeah, Vayne's constantly having to list it off that tower. Which is surprising, because I know Alistair's pretty dangerous, and Tristana is too, but Taric should have slightly better zoning power than what he has. He should at least be able to hold it, like, maybe not dead even in the center of the lane, but not, like, flat on the tower.
Well, it looks like Skarner's coming in to try and grab a gank, but Alistair and Shen are there to see it.
They know about it.
They do know about it. Looks like Skarner's trying to come in. We do have the flash and the throw up by Alistair, and he pushes him back with the headbutt. Shen coming in. Skarner charging the turret, and Tristana
he
is picking up the kill.
into the turret.
Yeah.
I don't know what was up with that.
I was just so confused by it. I was like, flashing into the turret, but they hit you, so you're not sacrificing here.
Yeah, that was a waste of a flash. Like, I get that he got out of position, and that sucked. And he was gonna die, but to waste your flash for it too, it just doesn't make any sense.
I mean, maybe he thought he was moving and wanted to flash through them,
or flash maybe he was trying to flash in different directions.
Oh yeah, or maybe like over here.
Yeah.
But we do have Alistair setting up a nice ward by their blue, or by Best Leashes blue. Now it is 2 kills to none in favor of Any Which Way, and they are now a solid 1,000 gold ahead. So now they have taken a gold lead, and they have taken a kill lead.
Yeah, that gold's, I'm going to say it's definitely just from kills. Because CS-wise, they're all pretty even.
Yeah, both teams doing a really good job. Cassiopeia is starting to really gain ahead now. She's 127 to Ahri's 102.
Yeah, but on the same side, Tristana's ahead of Vayne, so it's equaling out CS-wise, so if we see a few more kills, that number could definitely change.
Alright, it looks like Ahri, again, is picking up blue a little bit later, which means that it's going to force Cassiopeia to leave, while Ahri still has some...
She has blue too, so...
Yeah, she's going to start to regen pretty quickly, but she's still pretty low, spamming her abilities the way she does. And it looks like Skarner's coming to set up a gank on Warwick yet again to try at least.
I would say the lane's pushed enough. Yeah, he could get into.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, he wasted his flash.
Yep.
So he can't flash ult. So.
Yeah, it looks like Udyr's really trying to bait him in here, but the creep is just staying right in this area, which is giving Warwick enough space. Now he does see it. He does come out of here. He is grabbed by Skarner, but doesn't really get pulled anywhere. They are getting up on him. I can't really see his health. He does have the shield. He does suppress Udyr. That's when Shen comes in, kills Udyr. Not kills, but helps Warwick pick up the kill on Udyr. Skarner is again forced to back off, and another failed gank by Skarner.
The worst part is they're saying like that, like they just said that combo like it sucks.
Yeah.
But honestly, Shen didn't even have to come in.
Yeah.
Warwick was killing that Udyr by himself, and
and it looks like Tristana just got killed, or Tristana just killed Tarek. Really pushing the lane. Sorry we didn't focus on that. I was too busy focusing on Warwick, just completely putting dents in the glistening armor of Udyr. I'm sticking with that.
Okay, so now we know if you're fighting a new deer, pick a Warwick. It's
absolutely, holy crap! And it looks like we're gonna see a dragon now that Tarek is down.
Yeah, first
everyone's out of position.
Almost 16 minutes.
I can't tell if there's. I don't think there's any wards here. But Cassiopeia is coming in. Dragon's almost down, and she's not going to get there in time. Any which way gets Dragon uncontested, and everyone's going to go back to laning again.
So we should see the next Dragon at 21:54. And we got a ward put down to a pink ward, so now they know to clear up any wards that are there, even though they already did it on Dragon. So by the time the Dragon comes up, that ward will be gone. So it's not, it'll be good for maintaining presence on counter jungling, but
yeah,
they're going to have to put at least another 1 or 2 for Dragon.
And it looks like Any Which Way is now 3,000 ahead in gold, or nearly 3,000 ahead. They do have 4 kills to Best Leashes 0. They're just playing a better game right now. Skarner isn't able to pick up any ganks, and it's just he's getting behind a Shen, who's now has 1 kill and 1 assist. And that Warwick doing lots of damage to that Udyr.
Yeah, Warwick has picked up some armor, some more mana, and then some magic resist. And he picked up, I can't tell what those boots are. I think they're AD reduction boots or whatever. But.
Tristana also has 2 kills. Alistair has 2 assists. Warwick has 1 kill, 1 assist, and Shen has 1 kill, 1 assist. We do have a lot of pings going on. Shen is here. I don't think they see him, but they might just assume he's here because they are playing it really safe. But they're also probably really afraid of that Tristana, who's doing a lot of bursty damage.
Yeah, Tristana's picked up, and it looks like she went with her Greaves for her boots, and then she picked up a BF sword. Also has a Lifesteal Vamp Scepter, so probably going to start with the Bloodthirster. And Vayne has also picked up a BF sword. Does not have the scepter yet though, and also boots. And they both went double Dorans, so still kind of like keeping into it, but unfortunately she's 25 CS down, so that tower last hitting is really starting to make a pretty big effect.
Absolutely. Ari is still down, but
Cass just finished up a Will of the Ancients, and Ari's going back, so Ari may also be finishing a Will of the Ancients. So I'll just finish boots, actually. So, picked up a needlessly large rod, so actually going to start building into her death cap also. So, we'll have to see when she decides to finish that. She does have some passive spell vamp, though, so she can save a little time before she gets hers compared to Cass, whose passive doesn't have spell vamp.
We do have a really nice ward here placed by Best Leashes right by Any Which Way's blue. So that'll be good for them so they know that when that's up and try to stop Ari from getting it. Because Cass is grabbing blue, if they can grab that. Now Skarner caught out of position, received lots of damage from both Shen and Ari. Shen picking up the kill. Sorry, I came into that late. I wasn't really expecting that. Looks like Warwick is pushing top, and Shen is going back to his jungle.
And that blue just came up, so they have the ward, but unfortunately Skarner died.
Yeah.
So they're not going to get it for free. Cass can try to contest it. But.
And it looks like that's exactly what she's going to do. We do have a lot of fighting going on top. Wow, Warwick just not taking any damage, and Udyr slowly getting knocked down. And Ari was able to pick up that blue uncontested. Cassiopeia returning to the middle lane. We do have Tristana and Alistair pushing. Still, almost going to take down that turret pretty soon. They get one good push in. That'll go down. Garner coming in. Try to help deal with this Warwick. They're now 5 kills ahead. over almost 4K ahead in gold.
Shen's ultimate is up though, so if we see that combo happen again, it's gonna...
It'll be so funny. Because honestly, at what point do you learn your lesson?
Right.
That Stunner is coming in. Shen's ult is up. Shen is just doing golems.
Yeah, he's at the
And
bottom.
here we go. Warwick getting ganked by Skarner, who's chasing him down. I don't see an ultimate yet.
Probably waiting until right at the turret. Shen comes in. Okay, they backed up.
Oh, Shen comes in. They backed up, but Shen dives him, stuns Udyr briefly, and they're not going to be able to pull off the same trick that they used to.
Warwick does have his ult though. I'm surprised.
Oh, we do have a
cast came up. Whose ward is that in the river?
That is...
okay, that's why they backed up.
Yep.
I was going to say, Warwick has his ultimate, so he can suppress that. Yeah, Udyr. So I was surprised they backed up, but then they saw the work in cast.
Oh, but a great job by Ari. Dodging the bulk of the damage by Cassiopeia, taking her out and almost taking out mid-tower. This is great play by Ari.
The biggest part about that was Ari turned around right as Cass's ult went out.
That was so good.
So she didn't get frozen. She just got slowed. And then she jumped out with her ultimate to miss all the damage. That was beautiful by Ari. Great play.
Absolutely. Very impressive. I'm glad we switched over to see that. Udyr, so Smurfs, right? It's now 6-0 in favor of Any Which Way. People on your account? Nope. Apparently, Best Leashes is starting to think that Any Which Way is a bunch of Smurfs or pro players, because honestly, with the move that Ari just pulled off, I'd suspect it. Holy crap. That was a really great move. Really well timed by Ari, dodging the bulk of the damage that is the Cassiopeia ultimate.
Well, it's not the damage. You get the same amount of damage.
You just don't get frozen.
Right. That's the big part. Because then when you get frozen, she's like, okay, now I'm going to use the rest of my abilities and just destroy you. And item-wise, they were both pretty equivalent. Like, Cass didn't have a needlessly large rod, so her damage was a little lower. But that's why you need her ultimate. That evens it out. And
it looks like the second tower might go down. No, it's not. It looks like they're going to push into the jungle, not taking down that turret. It looks like they might try to contest this blue. Alistair coming in, knocking...
Shen, beautiful.
Yeah, very nice. Ooh, the lots of damage. She flashes out, but it's not enough. She does get the ult and freeze them, but it probably won't be enough as they're going to get out of here. Shen able to take a lot of damage. But it looks like Alistair's going to go down. So now it's a 1-for-1 trade. Ari coming in, doing lots of damage, able to take down Skarner. Skarner able to take down Alistair, but Ari comes in, takes out Vayne, and the rest of Any Which Way comes in, and looks like they are going to take out Tarek. And Udyr's up top. Might try to push this tower.
That was 4-for-1 trade. That was really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, the Cassiopeia ult, Tristana turned around and didn't take it, and the other two could eat it because they were tanks. But she was, AD carry, so she just sat in back and did a bunch of damage, and everyone ignored her. And she didn't die. And that's definitely one of the things that won them, the early part of that. And then Ari came in and just blew everyone up.
Yeah, and Any Which Way did pick up Dragon. It looks like Udyr is going to pick up this tower, but they're probably going to use bottom now. So while they are even on towers currently, Any Which Way was able to pick up all those kills and Dragon. So it kind of goes to their favor. It is only an outer Dragon, an outer turret, and while that is important, it's not as important as what they just picked up. And Ari just hanging out inside their jungle, trying to steal their blue, but Skarner's there, Vayne's there, Cassiopeia's there. She really should probably get... Oh, no, she does have Shen as backup. They might try to contest this, but they did pull that into the bush, so they're not going to be able to. And that turret is still alive somehow.
Yeah, just barely.
Just barely. This turret hardly even touched. They do have their mid down.
Skarner just checked Dragon.
Does see that Dragon is gone.
That was at around 23, so you should see the next one at 27. Or no, I can't do math. 29.
Yeah. Looks like Any Which Way is about 7k ahead. Alistair coming in, checking for wards, and Baron does see that Udyr put that down. I was going to say, did he miss that? But he did hear it. He does have oracles. Did see it. Took it out. Udyr going to engage that Warwick, who's now 2 levels ahead.
Your Warwick has finished up his Wit's End and maybe finishing up a Frozen Heart soon.
Yeah, doing lots of damage, hardly taking any. Wow, just eating away at Udir's health.
Yeah, the Q just gives him so much life.
And here comes Skarner. Are we going to see a Shen ult?
No, Shen's ult is down, so he has to back up.
All right.
Oh,
but Warwick doesn't care. He gets off the suppress.
Awesome. There we go. That's how it's supposed to happen.
Yep.
That was a good play by Skarner because Udyr was
absolutely saves Udyr, but doesn't do any damage to Warwick, and he's going to push the lane some more. Alistair coming in, trying to probably harass and gank Skarner. Warwick just taking those turret shots. Alistair, not really sure. Oh, I think he's checking for wards here, but there are none. Ari coming in as well.
Yeah, they could go first round, but Alistair's going. Oh no, okay, he's going to decide not to go back. So they could easily get this kill.
Yeah, and it looks like Alistair's coming in. Ooh, they catch Skarner. He's backing off. He should be going to a tower. Run to here. He does flash, but in comes Ari, takes him out. Oh, those jumps are so awesome.
Now Udyr's okay, he moved around. He could
but
get out
Shen,
of position.
he might get caught by Shen.
Shen sees him nice.
Yeah, Alistair's coming in. Shen runs in.
Oh, he missed his taunt though.
Yep.
Cast ult, right? Oh no. See, she shouldn't have thrown the circle. Well, they had a ward there though, so they could see her, but.
And it looks like they're gonna threaten Baron. They're starting it, and no one's really there to answer it. Cassiopeia, not really sure where they are. They don't have this word. They don't know where they are. I think they're afraid that they're in the jungle. It looks like they're going to go try. They do see Cassiopeia there. She does set up that circle. She now knows that they are doing Baron. Baron's almost down. I don't even know if they have a ward to do anything about it. And it looks like Udyr's coming in. They grab Baron, get out of there. It's too late. She wasn't able to use her acid circle to take out Baron or steal it.
Yeah, that would have been a pretty rare steal. That acid circle does very little damage. It's mostly about the slow and maintaining poison on them so your Twin Fangs have reduced cooldown.
So Any Which Way is creeping up on a 10k lead in gold, has 11 kills to 1, just completely shutting down Best Leashes.
We did just have a surrender vote, but it doesn't tell us from who. But it failed with the 1-4, so we don't know if it was a troll vote or if it was them actually deciding if they wanted to or not.
Well, I mean, they could still win it. It's going to be hard. They're really going to have to play very defensively, probably lose a few turrets, and just win a really good team fight.
Yeah, I would say they have to wait till the late game because that's when they get really strong. But it's just not working.
Yeah, look, they're doing so much damage to that turret. Just eating it up, taking it out. Shen coming in. They caught Vayne and Tarek down on their lane.
Yeah, they're pushing this Baron buff, and Shen is doing a great job at zoning people off the towers because they don't want to get taunted by him.
Yeah, great job by this team, really using the Baron buff to their full effect. Looks like we do have Skarner coming in, trying to do lots of damage. We do have a heal going off, but Shen comes running in. They are able to take out that inhibitor, but Udyr is able to take out Tristana. Lots of damage going down. I do see a lot of damage to Tarek, and it looks like they're focusing on him now. He's flashing up, but he goes down, killed by Ari. Ari then takes out Udyr, and now they're chasing out Skarner. Skarner goes down. Ari getting a triple kill, might be able to get a quadra kill, doing tons of damage to the Vayne. Gets the quadra kill, taking out Vayne, and probably going to win the match now. Cassiopeia stuck in her
sitting it back
circle.
so they don't get the pentakill raise.
Yeah, wow. Great job by Ari picking up that quadra kill. Not really sure what they're... Oh, I think they're waiting for that next wave. Gonna try and take out that Cassiopeia, or at least poke at this tower enough to take at least one down.
Oh, they'll take them both now.
Yeah, here they come. Wow, so much damage. Takes out the first tower, focusing on the second tower, ignoring Tarek and Cassiopeia. Oh, but we do have the suppression by Warwick, doing tons of damage. They're able to take out Tarek right before he reaches the summoner circle, and they destroy the turret, leaving this open. Cassiopeia is able to take out Alistair, though, and they chase out Skarner, who's taking a lot of damage. But Udyr's caught in between everyone, taking a lot of damage himself, suppressed by Warwick, just killing him. Warwick able to kill Udyr now, and they chase back Skarner, who has to go back to a summoner circle to heal. Warwick just taking no damage. Ari able to kill Vayne.
Yeah, I got a great charm off. Pulled it right back in.
Here we come. Shen running right back in, doing lots of damage, and they're able to take out. Ooh, that beam did go off to hit Shen, but he just took it and was able to get out just in time. And the Nexus goes down, giving the first match to Any Which Way.
Great match.
Very
they
good
dominated
match.
in that match. That Shen was so good with his ultimate on that top lane, and then bottom lane they just controlled it the entire time.
Absolutely, that was such a good match by Any Which Way, just completely controlling it. They were cautious enough to go slow in the beginning, and then just really started to steamroll and snowball into just completely decimating that middle lane. So good. We are gonna stop here for
We got
YouTube.
about a 7-minute break too.
Yep.
So
We do have about a 7-minute break. So stay tuned on the stream. We will have match 2 of the Ryze Up Tournament in the Ryze Bracket, Any Which Way versus We Give the Best Leashes. For those of you on YouTube, switch to the next match to see if We Give the Best Leashes can come back or Any Which Way is going to take this in 2. Thank you for watching, guys. Continue to follow us at own.tv/power_underwhelming. The underscore is a symbol, not a word. And you can follow all our videos at youtube.com/d3powerunderwhelming. Thank you for watching, guys, and we'll see you next match.